I actually, and this is me just being super vulnerable, I've felt hesitant to post certain things because I'm like, oh, my tactical bros are going to see this and I'm going to hear from them and they're this and this. And I've always felt less concerned about YouTube because less people that I kind of have built relationships with are on that platform. So they're not going to hold me accountable, which maybe speaks to my character of not wanting to be held accountable, but also not wanting to be held accountable in ways that I'm like so publicly, like reach out to me if you have a real problem. Um, or come train with me because there's always some instructor around. So that said, I'm kind of kidding, kind of not. Um, I know you got some grief for dropping your shirt early and stuff like that. Is that something that is typical for you, like on Instagram and YouTube? Like, do people just give you this is not a session to complain about all the
No.
people who've been mean to you, right? But is that typical? Like when because you kind of screwed up on the draw. Like I was gonna say something, but I was like, nah, she knows. She knows.
I know I did. Why do you
Yeah.
think I posted it? Like,
Right.
I
Like she's
know.
not an idiot. Like she knows she knows she screwed that up. You know?
Yeah.
But is that typical for you to get like harsh feedback from like the masses?
Yes and no. So I built up a somewhat good community on Instagram. I don't really get as much hate as I do on YouTube. With YouTube, I'm still kind of new to it, but I've had a couple of my videos go viral and I just get shitted on like relentlessly. And it's fine because for one thing, it's engagement. But another thing, I think it's also really interesting to hear other people's perspectives. And you also just have to remember, like, a lot of times they're just keyboard warriors, you know.
Who have never shot like for real.
Yeah. At the end of the day, one mistake is not my whole range day. It's
Mm.
not. I had really good runs, and at the same time, I had some rough ones, and that's why we train. That's why we get out. I would say I've gotten a lot more positive feedback. I would say it's more in real life, like working in the gun industry, is where I've faced more adversity. You'll see, I go to draw and I go to pull the firearm out, and I thought at the time that it was catching because I wasn't pulling my shirt high enough. The reality is, you can see it in the slow motion that as I'm pulling that firearm out, I'm dropping my shirt too early and it's catching on that RMR. So whenever I go to pull it,
Um,
so you'll see, I go to draw and I go to pull the firearm out. And I thought at the time that it was catching because I wasn't pulling my shirt high enough. The reality is, you can see it in the slow motion that as I'm pulling that firearm out, I'm dropping my shirt too early and it's catching on that RMR. So whenever I go to pull it out of my shirt, it's like this on my shirt, right? Like my shirt's not letting it and I have to rip it out. There we go. You can see me rip it out and then I'm able to get in and punch out and actually shoot. But
because I'm
um,
watching it now, and so your shots look good. You know, you're controlling that recoil, but
mhm.
from that initial defeating your concealment garment, drawing, getting the good draw stroke, you definitely did let go of that shirt early, and
Yeah.
obviously, like you know what to do. Like I'm not critiquing you because you know what you're doing. And I said this in the comments. I'm sure it's yeah, it's right there. I'm at the top. Like I love that you recorded it because people, at least for me, the most gains that I've gotten in my shooting journey is stuff that I was making videos, I was recording something, and I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
why did I do that? Why did my thumb drop down as I was okay? I'm not locking in the
Yeah.
right way. Okay, like how can I increase my recoil? Because I'm watching myself and I think I did okay. I had good splits and my target looked okay, but it could be better if I actually just locked in that recoil and okay, how much is the gun recoiling? And like 2 videos later, okay, I was shooting the Glock, but it was like really, I've seen it go a lot flatter. Like, we can do better. And
Right.
so I'm all that to say, I'm glad you recorded it and
Hmm.
thank you for posting it.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, and I think it also is a really good talking point of finish the drill. You know, if there's a mistake like this, you have to continue the drill. You have to figure it out, clear it, and get on target, right? Because if I had stopped halfway because, oh, my shirt's stuck, and I get into the habit of stopping midway and I don't actually get my shots on target, what is that training me in a real life situation where I'm under stress, where I'm under adrenaline, where I'm not thinking? like as well as if I'm just chilling on range.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I like
just
that.
another
You can literally
finish
just,
the drill.
uh,
Finish the drill.
I love that because so often, like, and I've done this. Like if I'm shooting for like a video or whatever, and you go and you just like, oh, you start laughing and giggling. Like, no, don't laugh. Like, why do you have a gun strapped to your hip right now? It's because
Mm-hmm.
you are concerned that maybe one day you might have to use it. And why are we laughing? Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. I know there's
Mm-hmm.
three of y'all, and y'all trying to kick my teeth in right now, and I have justified
Just give me
use
a
of
second.
force happening. But I had a oopsie, so like, hold on. No, fight your
Guys, this is funny, haha. Hang on.
the biggest of ha-has. No, but like this is
Wait, pause.
he's like, no,
Wait,
no,
pause.
no,
Can you
wait.
come back when I put this back in?
Just give me 1 second, and let me just go ahead and get rid of this for a second.
I
Uh,
will say though, like recording yourself is invaluable. Even if it's just on your phone, take a recording of yourself. Even if it's in the indoor range or anything, just take a video and watch it back. Because I even, I've been shooting for years and I still learn about what I could improve from videos. Like you were just talking about, like just watching it and analyzing what you're doing. You have to critique yourself in order to be better. It's hard to face that, but you have to at the end of the day.
yeah. Somebody was asking a few different questions. One of them I can't really answer right now. A little embarrassing.
Oh,
Um, and somebody
can you
said,
whisper it to me?
right. Somebody said, "What's your opinion on constitutional carry? Do you think people being able to carry with no training is a good or is a good thing?" Is that a loaded question? Are you saying it's a bad thing to give people their rights back? I'm curious to hear what you have to say, and then I'm going to rebuke you for not being absolutely two-way constitutional or whatever you want to
Perfect.
go
Love
ahead.
it. Used to it.
Let's go ahead.
So I think I see both sides, right?
Yeah.
I see the side of, well, the government shouldn't have a say in my right to bear arms. And I see the side of, well, I think you should have a license because, whatever reason it may be. My personal opinion on it, after working on as a range safety officer, after working as an instructor, I think it has pros and it has cons. And I think it's okay to be constitutional carry so long as people seek out training. Not everybody is going to seek out training. That's the unfortunate part. Um, but I see both sides. I do think that people need to be well trained, especially if they're planning to carry every day, because it's vital. It's vital to your safety, for one thing, it's vital to bystanders' safety, for another. And it's vital for situations like you have to know the laws and you have to know your gear and you have to
Mhm.
train.
I have an interesting perspective because I'm old enough to remember when constitutional carry wasn't a thing.